It's Monday, June 1st. We're in June already. Can you believe it? You're here on with Tea Time. It's 8 o'clock, and I'm here every Monday night. And, usually I start off by talking about my weekend. There's not too much to talk about this weekend. Just try to straighten up the backyard, get out in the sun, fresh air. My hour goes fast, and we're going to get into it tonight. And I am so excited and pleased and thrilled to announce my special guest, Doug Wilson's in the house. How you doing, Doug?
Hello. How are you guys?
I'm great knowing that you are here. And, it's a Monday night, and I'm just so thrilled you joined me. I'm going to get into this because there's
No. There's a problem here.
Already?
Yes. You said...
Uh-oh.
Yes, you said that we were doing a pod. And I lit candles, like, behind me, whatever. And I had my whole apartment set up. And, I thought, that a pod was you were coming over. And you never showed up. And so eventually I realized that a pod did not mean that it was a Netflix and chill. So anyway,
Oh boy.
Yeah.
Oh geez.
But anyways, but I'm still here. I'm still okay.
I'm just excited, but I have to ask Bobby, are we up and running? Because I shared it and it's not starting. People are asking where's the show, so I have to bring you in, Bobby.
I'm watching it right now. Let me look into it. No, keep going because we're airing. So let me check it out.
Okay, we're going. All right. So if I don't know, everyone go to Strong Island TV, but I could have swore I did share it to my page, so I'm not too sure why it's not there. My daughter's texting me, where is it? So I just want to make sure that everyone's it's just saying content not available right now. I don't know what's going on.
Do we need a little
I might have to refresh it. I don't know.
Figure it out. I mean, I'm okay with that.
No, listen, I wanna just start out by saying that okay, I don't know what's going on. Bobby, when you get a chance, let me know. I can't see anyone's comments and I don't know who's seeing what. All right, so let's get this started because it's already 8:06. So, Doug Wilson, you're not just a designer. You're also an actor. You're a singer. You pretty much do it all. But you grew up in a small town in Illinois?
Yes.
Can you tell me where, please?
Central Illinois, just south of Champaign-Urbana, the University of Illinois.
Uh-huh.
So, it was like there was a lot of energy there. Even though I was stuck on a farm, I was able, like, in the weekends or whatever, to experience some culture. But you had to work for that. When I was a kid, to do community theater was like, oh, well, that's what you're going to do. So it was hard. And that was like in the, early 80s, 81.
81. And you also athletic. You actually played basketball, didn't you?
Oh my God. Yes. My basketball team was like freshman year of high school, number one. I was like the center. Well, maybe in junior high I was the center. But no, I was always very athletic. I always paid attention to literature and art and everything. And I think that that's what a lot of people, what I would like to say is that, you need to pay attention to everything in front of you and embrace it, because, life is much more about like this little interest and this whatever that is thrown in front of you.
Right. But when you were there, you did shows. You did a lot of shows. You played Danny Zuko in Grease, didn't you?
Oh my God, in Illinois, at the University of Illinois, when I was a sophomore, believe it or not, I was Danny Zuko in Grease. And that was, the biggest ego trip of my life because, I was, my counterparts in playing basketball, whatever, we always wanted to go to the assembly hall, okay? And I'll get to that in a minute, and play in the state championship and win the state championship. And we were a good team and all, but it didn't happen. And then a couple of years later, I was at the University of Illinois and was the lead as a sophomore, Danny Zuko, at the assembly hall, performing in front of, 8,000 people. It was amazing.
Wow. That's crazy. And then you decided around 1986 to move to New York City?
Well, no, not. Yeah, about 1986. Yes. I had done a lot of work at the Sunshine Dinner Playhouse in Champaign, Illinois. I went out to the University of Illinois, the National Shakespeare Conservatory, and spent 2 years. But I did a lot of like black box theater, which, you know what?
Yes.
We've all done that, right, Teresa?
Yep, have. Yeah.
Can you tell me how many little black box theater things have you done?
Not as many as you think, but I started later in my acting career than you have, but I'm sure you've done a lot more than I have.
Well, anyway, I got hooked up with a number of people from writers from Columbia University. We did a lot of, experimental things, which were great. But as I did that wasn't giving me a whole lot in my life in terms of money. Right. I was always, after I moved to New York in '86, I always had a career, whether it was, changing light bulbs or whatever. I was a handyman. I did, windows. I did, everything. I maintained.
You actually started a business, right, called Handyman Can?
Handyman Can.
Yeah.
And eventually, I was maintaining Michael Bloomberg's townhouse. Okay.
Wow.
Yeah. And working with a number of interior designers. So in working with those interior designers in those homes, I was seeing the decorative paint finishes that were on the walls. And so I was like, oh my God, I worked for an interior designer, graphic artist, in my early years in high school and college. And I took that information and I started to develop finishes for walls.
Right.
And I basically sold them to interior designers and homeowners and developed a business that actually got me a lot of attention in magazines and everything else. I mean, this story can go on, but that actually gave me the accolades and everything to, have the publicity.
Right.
And publicity.
Well, actually recognized, the New York Times actually did some kind of article on you, right? And then
yes,
took kind of from there.
Yeah. And I was able to capitalize on, okay, now people know who I am and will respect me. And I started to do more and more of that. But, as I moved on, I realized that people weren't giving me the credit. And I have to say this to any young artist out there. People weren't giving me the credit that I deserved in the publicity. And you have to stand up for yourself and say, hey, give me credit. But anyway, regardless, I realized in the early years that the credit wasn't given to me. And therefore, I decided to do my own decorator show house space and I created, some things that ended up getting me attention, which House and Garden magazine wanted to pick up. Long story short, House and Garden magazine, they couldn't publish it. The photographs weren't as great. The show house was torn down, but they published me in an article on color psychology. And that was in 2000. And some producers from Knoxville, Tennessee were looking at these magazines and were interested in me.
Wow.
And basically, that's how it happened. You know what? So, for artists and actors and performers out there, you know what?
You actually played Harold Hill in The Music Man. I think we have a picture of that, right, Bobby? We have a picture.
Oh my God, are you going to pull that up?
Can we pull that up and show that pic real quick?
It's up.
It's up. Okay, I don't see it. So it's a pic of The Music Man. And when and where did you do this?
Oh my God, that was one in my early years. It was one of my first paid jobs.
Yeah.
I started to get paid when I was actually a sophomore in high school at a professional dinner theater playhouse in Illinois. And then when that picture is, I did some other things, but that picture is from, my sophomore year in college at the University of Illinois.
Right. And that was, and that was that your first, that wasn't your first musical, was it?
No. My first musical was actually with my mother.
Really?
The Sound of Music.
Oh, wow.
She was a nun, and I was Friedrich in The Sound of Music.
Wow, that's special. How special is that? All right, listen. We're gonna take a quick commercial break. We're gonna hear from two of my sponsors. When we come back, we have more with Doug Wilson. Please don't go away. Stay right there. We'll be right back.
Today's show is brought to you in part by Tavolo Kitchen and Pizza, located at 1919 Wantaw Avenue in Wantaw. Hey, there's something for every night of the week. Tuesdays, pasta night. Wine Wednesdays. Friday, live music from 7 to 10. Sunday, brunch. So check them out at 516-308-4892 or www.tavolokitchen.com. They're also on Instagram. They do catering and private parties. So where do you want to go tonight?
Are you bored?
Oh my God!
Hold on tight. We're gonna coast us.
Doug, you ready?
When are we going?
We're going now. Come on back.
Oh, okay.
Cue me and Bobby.
You're in.
I'm in. Hey, I'm in. All right, Doug hopped out. He's going to hop back in. All right, so listen. Again, I want to thank Doug Wilson for joining me tonight. We have a mutual comedic comedy friend, Richie Byrne, and we made a connection through Richie, so I want to thank Richie for this. And I actually personally want to thank you, Doug, because I reached out to you and I'm like, hey, I do this show. You want to come on? And you're like, why not? What else do I got going on right now?
That's exactly what I said. It's like
it's exactly what you said. I mean, listen,
yeah.
So listen, so we're talking about, that you grew up in Illinois and you did shows, you're an actor, singer, you moved to New York, you end up, you're very handy, you end up opening a business called Handyman Can, and then you're working for Bloomberg and you're working for this one and you're doing these decorated show houses, basically. And then the press got wind of it and New York Times did an article, and then it just snowballed from there. And then Trading Spaces came a calling, right? They reached out.
Yes. Well, a production company that was developing a show came a
Right.
calling. So
Right.
it wasn't like Trading Spaces came a calling.
Right, it
Trading
was-
Spaces at that point when they contacted me didn't exist. It was a concept.
Right.
It was like they had a show, Changing Rooms, in the UK that
Right.
they wanted to kind of bring over and rework.
Yeah,
And
it was
so that's what I was a part of.
Yeah, it was a actually, yeah, it was a British-based series called Changing Rooms, and it actually aired there from 1996 to 2004. And then Trading Spaces actually made its debut in 2000. And the concept, for anyone who hasn't seen it or know about it, is the concept. It's almost like the first design reality show, and the premise is that you would trade with your neighbor. You trade houses for like 2 days, and you design a room over there, and then they design a room by you, and you get a designer. You don't know what you're going to design, and then after 2 days you go back to your house, and you either love it, hate it, your jaw drops, and you are speechless.
That's a very loose interpretation, but it's interesting how people interpret the show. But you're almost 90% correct.
Oh, give me the other 10.
But no, that was the concept. And yes, we were one of the first reality-based shows. I think the only thing that was before us at the time was Survivor. But if you go back years and years, you can like look at This Old House and things that were really like, they were reality based, but they were on PBC and so on and so forth. They weren't on a network, but we were, and we were able, fortunately, to, forge this show ahead because we were daring. And this is actually something, that I am so proud of, that we were able to show America like color and textures and, all of these things that, they may have not experienced. We actually were able to change design in America.
Yes. And a lot of chances would take, look, you had a small budget, right?
$1,000 in the beginning.
Yeah. And then when they bought the show back, I think they upped it to 2,000, right?
Yeah, but that was like almost 20 years later.
Yeah, and I don't think the budget grew with the times.
No, it never, ever did. But you know what? We got better with doing our job during those times. During the 10 years that I did it in the beginning, we got better and better. I think the first episode I did, I was like, I'm in New York. I'm like, I've never, as a designer, I've never done a room for $1,000. So it took me 2 weeks to design a room and figure out where I can get these products, where the cheapest people are, whatever. And that's not a New York design.
They didn't have a Dollar Tree back then, did they?
They had Big Lots or whatever they were.
Right.
Large lots or whatnot.
Odd Lot. I think there was an Odd Lot.
Odd Lot. Yes, Odd Lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, but there were some of those stores, but very few.
Yeah, but you do become very, very creative, and you kind of have to also be a little crafty, yourself.
Well, I think Teresa, that still holds. I think that we all have to look, no matter, what, like, what can you do that is thrifty? What can you do and look at when you go into a store and say, oh, you know what? I can take that and I can do this with it.
Because you have a vision. You have a vision.
You need to have
that vision. Some people have it, some people don't.
And some people are not willing to like go the extra mile and figure out how to work with it.
Right. Exactly. But Trading Spaces was on for a long time. It was one of my favorite shows. I love tuning in because I love to watch the creativity on the show. I want to, when that one woman said, I can't stand the color brown. And she walked into that room and I thought she was going to beat the crap out of her neighbor because she's like, didn't I tell you I don't like brown? And I was like, and I'm like, she said she doesn't like brown. Why are you using brown? Or when
okay, I want to say one thing about color and what happened with, our show and everything.
Yeah.
We were different. And the goal of our show was to change a room. Okay, let's go back to, the metaphor of our UK show, changing rooms.
Right, exactly.
It was about changing rooms. And that's what we did. So if we went into a home and it was white walls and everything and looked fantastic,
right,
in its own right.
Yeah.
But if we didn't change it to a drastic color or something else, you know what? We wouldn't have a show. And you guys wouldn't be looking at it and saying, oh my God, what a difference. It was, our show was about making a difference in design.
But if you're a homeowner, the couple you were working with knew that the other homeowner didn't like something.
They were in. They were in on the game. Don't even talk to me about Trading Spaces homeowners.
Okay.
You know what? That was about. They were in on the game.
Really?
We were not about going in and giving them, a whole different what was perfect for them. That happened years after us. That's Chip and Joanna. That is,
right. Asking someone what they want, right?
The boys and whatever.
Let me ask you a question. What was the most challenging show for you to do? Because I know that when you did the show,
this one.
I love you. Listen, was it the one in Manhattan when you had that really small space to work in? What was really, really
oh my God.
You were, that was rough.
That was on 84th Street when Tina Fey stalked me.
She stalked you.
She stalked me.
Come on.
I was stalked by Tina Fey.
Really?
Myself and
That's
Amy
not a bad thing, That's not a
No, I'm honored, and I love her for that. She was a big fan, and actually she wanted to do a skit on SNL.
Yeah.
But they couldn't work it out. But there were other skits that what was the other show?
Was it Living Color?
In Living Color, they did one.
They did one. Yeah,
But Tina Fey actually, she was she lived in the neighborhood that we were, and she walked by again and again. Oh, hold on, what's going on my phone in New York?
What's going on? I don't know.
Citywide curfew. They just did. Okay.
Great.
Anyway, you can edit that out.
Go ahead.
So Amy, when we were on the Upper West Side, the only time we shot a show in New York City, and we were going over plans for the show at a cafe, and we were under a canopy, but it was drizzly, and this girl keeps walking by and looking at us, and we're like, well, okay, another, what we called them at the time, because we were like some, whatever. People like recognized us and whatever. A rabid fan. We thought we called them Arby's, rabid fans.
Okay.
And eventually she walked by and Amy Wynn was like, that's Tina Fey.
Oh, she spotted her.
Yeah. As Tina Fey was walking by in a rain hat and whatever. So long story short, like, yes, we embraced her, whatever. And she came up, for the reveal on the rooftop of the home. But yes, so I can actually say I was stalked by Tina Fey.
I don't think too many people could say that, Doug. That's pretty amazing.
She would never stalk me at this point. I'm just saying.
So Trading Spaces, listen, you're together 10 years. I know I do an off-Broadway show called Bat Boy, a Yankee Miracle, and I call them my Bat Boy family. You have your Trading Spaces family. They are family. We have a picture that Bobby's going to put up real quick of everybody when you had the reunion. Everyone came together to do the reunion. And I unfortunately, my condolences. We lost a family member. Frank passed away a few weeks ago. And a big loss, but I know you did that show in Manhattan. He did the other room. You worked with him on that show in the city.
Oh, he did? You know that? I don't even know that.
Yes, he did. So I know you're very close to the cast. I know you keep in touch, with them.
I love them all. Well, almost all.
Almost. Oh, there's some dirt here. But I know you're very close with Paige. And I know a lot of people.
Paige is like my sister.
Yeah, Paige Davis. She's lovely. I'm a big fan of hers and her husband's. And I know that I was pissed off with everyone else when Trading Spaces let her go. They had let her go for a little bit and then they brought her back. And I was like, okay, you idiots, at least, you made good on it. But when she did leave in 2005, she went on to do Broadway. She did Chicago and, she did some stuff of her own. And then she came back to Trading Spaces in 2008. And I'm sure you were thrilled to have her back too.
Well, of course, Paige was a major part of our show.
I mean, it's like having a car and not having a driver. She was the driver, she hosted it. And it was like, how could you do the show without her,
What backtrack.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I thought I was driving the car. I thought she was my co-pilot.
Oh, okay. All right.
Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me?
All right. We can say it like that. I'll totally agree with you.
No. I'm kidding. Paige is one of my dearest friends, and we do a lot of things together.
Yeah.
But I mean, she came on during the second season and helped us, propel that show into a national, cable phenomenon.
Yeah.
But it was not, we cannot forget the first season that we all did that helped propel that. I adore Paige and love her. And her, acting beyond Trading Spaces, Cabaret, so on and so forth. You
Very
know,
talented, very, very talented. I think, look, everyone in that show was talented. I think that's what made it work. I mean, you knew what you were doing. Everyone knew what they were doing. The Carpenters were so talented, and you give them a drawing and they could execute it.
Teresa, the Carpenters were not that talented.
Hey, don't let them hear you say that.
No. You know what?
Anyone's gonna kick your ass. Come on now.
There are certain things, that happened in that show. And, when it came to Carpenters,
Come on.
Oh, no. I'm just, you know what? You want to hear it from me? Or you want to hear it? Okay. I'll call.
No, I want to hear it from you, Doug.
No, I mean, a lot of those Carpenters were cast.
Yeah.
You know what? And we had backup Carpenters.
Really?
You know what? We didn't have, Teresa, we didn't have backup designers for us.
No.
We may have had an assistant that were like, oh my God, can you go find that? That didn't happen for years. Oh my God, the Carpenters, they always had assistant behind the scenes.
Wow, that's so interesting to know. You know what I want to know? Did you ever go over budget ever?
A few times, but
Yeah.
What was it? $20?
Yeah, it wasn't much. It wasn't
Woo!
much.
All right, shoot me in the head.
Listen, quick commercial break. We're going to hear from my sponsors. Please, everyone, stay there. Don't go away. We'll be right back with Doug Wilson.
Today's show is brought to you in part by Tavolo Kitchen and Pizza, located at 1919 Wantagh Avenue in Wantagh. Hey, there's something for every night of the week. Tuesdays, pasta night. Wine Wednesdays. Friday, live music from 7 to 10. Sunday, brunch. So check them out at 516-308-4892 or www.tavolokitchen.com. They're also on Instagram. They do catering and private parties. So where do you want to go tonight?
Why don't we go to Coasters?
Oh, cool. I heard it's a great place. Let's check it out.
Yeah, definitely.
All right. Oh my God.
I'm on. Okay, we're having just some technical difficulties. Unfortunately, this isn't airing on Facebook. It's airing on YouTube right now, and I want everyone to know as soon as it's over at 9:00, it will go to Facebook, a special premiere. So I will let everyone know about that. I'm with Doug. I don't know. Maybe Doug had to go somewhere. He's coming back real quick. I want to tell everyone, I know you're watching my sponsors, Tavolo and Coasters. I want you to know that right now they're doing pickup and deliveries. And please, please, please support your local mom and pop shops. They do want to get back to normal. Like I said, they are doing deliveries and they are doing pickups. So Tavolo Kitchen on Wantagh Avenue and a Coastal Tavern on East Meadow, on Newbridge Road. So we're back with Doug Wilson. Cheers, Doug. Doug, we're talking about Doug is not only an interior designer. He did not start out that way. He actually started out acting and singing. Actually, Bobby's going to play a video because we were talking about Trading Spaces and how some people's reaction, they weren't thrilled with what they got. So, Bobby, can you play the video of they hated it and then let me know when it's done because, unfortunately, I'm not able to see it?
I got you. Let's go into it right now.
Okay, let's watch it.
On Trading Spaces, I think we always beautify. But there are those, it seems, who don't see eye to eye. We left them crying. We thought that they'd be happy. I thought those rooms were snappy. We thought we'd please them. We always try to do it. It seems they thought we blew it. Painted candles, brown walls, fireplaces. I thought it was all fair game on Trading Spaces. But these guys did not agree. They hated it. Sorry.
Trading Spaces, they hated it. Monday at 8 on TLC.
What a video! Did you enjoy that? Because Doug, look how cute you were. Was that you, Doug? How old were you there?
I was like 2 years old.
Oh my God, too damn cute. All right, so listen. So you're singing in this video.
Yeah.
You're singing and dancing. You're like a little Fred Astaire going on.
Yeah, well, I started as a voice major at the University of Illinois.
Right.
So, it's, not,
Listen, where did you shoot that? Do you remember where you filmed it?
LA, Carson City.
And you did your own stunts, right? That was you with the chair going.
Oh, that was me. Yeah. That was so funny. They were like, "Oh, can you do this?" And I used to do that in college. I mean, that's an easy trick.
Right.
I mean, if you have any agility, it's like, boom. So people are always like, "Oh, did you really do that?" I'm like, yeah, it's not that hard. Yeah. Unless, you are very overweight and
right. Well, you're very light. You're very light on your feet. Like you said, you're very agile. You're very, very light on your feet. So listen, what was your favorite memory or your best thing that you loved about doing Trading Spaces?
I think, Teresa, the thing about Trading Spaces that I hold on to and love is the fact that we inspired so many people in America to rethink, what they were doing in their homes, to look at them and change to make them who they are. And, there were so many children that were watching it. And, I heard it time and again. They're like, my daughter, whatever, my son, he wants to redecorate. We got it not only from the mothers,
right,
the children, whatever. It was people started to think about how they were living and what their environment was. And that's the most important thing. I remember in the very beginning, a lot of notes I got, and thank yous of that sort of thing.
Yeah, my daughter had a lavender purple room, and when she got older, she's like, I want to redecorate. And I was like, okay, what do you want to do? And she goes, I think I want to do gray, little sophisticated, modern. And I was like, all right. So it was cool. She's doing the gray and, some accents, some white. It came out beautiful. Her and her boyfriend painted it. Shout out to my daughter, Valerie Manzo. Do me a favor, just say hi, Valerie Manzo, because she used to watch.
Hey, Valerie Manzo.
We used to watch it together when she was little. Thank you, Doug. But yeah, I think it is.
Oh, that's your daughter? Yeah.
Yeah, but I think it also inspired people not to be afraid of paint. Paint. People were afraid of changing a color, for God's sakes,
Afraid of going off of white. Yeah.
Yeah. So boring and bland.
No, but we actually changed that for America. Yeah. And maybe perhaps when I go into certain homes for the bad, because it's like, wait, you went a little too far.
I know. I mean, you ever come to my house, the first thing I'm going to think is, what is he thinking of my decor? What does he think of my colors?
You know what? When I go to people's homes, I mean, I'm happy if I'm there. I don't
You don't
judge
judge. You
people's
don't
homes.
judge. I know you don't. I know you don't. But listen, I want to also talk about what you've been doing since Trading Spaces, because I know that you had opened up a restaurant, correct?
Oh my God. But that was like way before our reboot and whatever.
Yeah.
No, I've you know what I've been developing a lot of things,
Yeah.
you know. Yes, my restaurant was one of those things, but
And you also worked with the Ronald McDonald House, correct?
yes,
You did
yeah.
that. And you also wrote a book. Didn't you write a book?
Yes, Doug's Rooms.
Doug's Rooms. I love it because I can remember it.
Well, the funny thing is that, you know, everybody, you know, related to our show, like, oh, Frank's Room or Doug's Room, and I called it Doug's Room, and I shouldn't have called it Doug's Room because it really wasn't, you know, they weren't my rooms from the show.
Right.
So
right.
I think that was a mistake, honestly. But
Yeah.
anyway, it's a great book. Well, and have you read it?
Unfortunately, no, but I'm getting it. Because I just found out you had it, so I'm going to get it.
Oh, really?
I'll have it
You've been a big fan, and you didn't know I had a book. And
Well,
I put
there are a lot of people I'm fans of, and I have no idea that they wrote a book. Maybe because I don't read enough.
I put it out in 2004 for my birthday, but that's okay.
Yes, we were talking about birthdays, and I had mentioned that I'm 2 months and 2 days older than you because we were talking about, you know,
Yeah,
birthdays.
you're much older than me.
Oh, I'm so much older than you. My birthday's September 6th, and you're November 6th, November 8th, right?
Do you know who's older than me as well?
Who?
Ty Pennington.
Ty is really, and do you talk to him a lot?
Oh, we're friends, yes. I mean, no, I don't talk to him a lot. You asked that question.
Yeah.
I do talk to him, of course.
Yeah. But you know what's beautiful about Trading Spaces is that everyone who came out to came off the show when it was over really did so many different facets, so many different you all had different paths to go to, and it really, I think the show helped propel all of you.
Well, I have to say that I like that analogy. I have to say that it helped propel America to think about their homes and do something different.
Mhm.
And we were a big initiative for people to create like TJ Maxx and whatever for like decorative pillows. And they actually mocked us on TLC, you know, Trading Spaces. And we were doing these decorative pillows. We saw them in all these stores. And we were very influential. And I really embraced that.
Yeah. It's great. I think, like I said, it made, look, you Trading Spaces was the pioneer show for all the other shows that came later on.
Right.
And you were it's part of being history. You were one of the first shows, first design reality show. Now now there's so many different spin-offs. And
Well,
I
you can't keep count of them.
No, you can't. They're just so many. But I was thrilled when they brought back the show, and I was hoping that it, was going to stay on for a while.
Well, I think that people wanted us to be back, and it was great. But everybody wants they don't want a surprise room in terms of like what they may or may not want. I think the problem with the show was that, you look at all the HGTV shows and this and that. Everybody wants to come back to something that is amazing and beautiful and that they can live in. People don't want a surprise anymore, or a shock, or something they don't want.
Right. I think they want to say in what's going to be in their home permanently.
Well, yeah, they want what they want.
Who would you trust to come into your home and redesign it?
Hildy.
Really?
Yeah, because I know her
Uh-huh.
in her normal like designer. Listen, we did a lot of things on the show
Yeah.
that were I mean, my style on the show is not what you know and what you really see, just
Right.
like Hildy.
Right. Right.
So it's like we did television, and I don't think people understand that
Mm-hmm.
some of us on the show did television to make it happen.
Right.
There are a few others that just did it to build a brand,
Right.
and they have a great brand.
Right. Well, I'm digging the candlestick holders. They're beautiful. Just to let you know, I love them. The carved wood.
Do you know what? I got
Nice. They're
those.
very nice. Where'd you get them?
I think I got them outside of Philly in a thrift shop, honestly.
Oh, you just said my magic word, thrifting. I love to thrift. I
Oh,
love.
yeah.
I miss it. I miss it. I have withdrawals for the first few weeks. But when you do shop, where do you like to shop?
Well, I mean, depending on the client, I mean, there's a lot of places I could go.
Right.
I think that what we're talking to right now, are things that are economical. And online, there are so many great things.
Yeah.
And the beauty is you can return them. But I think that there are a lot of things like in thrift stores right now. And I'm not going to tell you why, that are going to be available.
Yes, I totally understand and agree with that statement.
There are a lot of people moving right now.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, unfortunately, yes, they are. Look, you've been in New York City a long time. Do you consider New York City your home now?
Yes. This apartment I'm sitting in this chair that I was waiting for you in. And the candles blew out. No, it's my home. I've been in this apartment since like 1989 or 90.
Wow.
And but this is my home.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
This is it. I don't know. What other
You're
people
now a New York City boy. That's what you are.
Well, as soon as I dropped off the plane in '86 and popped up the subway, and I'm like, oh my God, this is home. And that was Times Square.
Wow.
Say what you want about me there.
I'm sure it was a culture shock, compared to where you grew up, being a country boy.
No, I was never shocked. I was
Really?
never shocked. No, I was
All
never shocked. Not at all.
You're here a long time, and and you've transformed so many people's homes, rooms, showcases. I mean, you is there anything that you haven't done that you'd like to do, Doug?
Yes. Yeah, there are.
What? Tell me.
You know what? I had a list about what I wanted to do.
Yeah.
I have hit 4 of them. I want to hit a 5th.
All right, that's good. That's good.
I'm not going to tell you that, but you know what? After all these years of struggling, as you know,
Yeah.
you know, and to achieve certain things, there's one more thing I want to do.
Are you going to tell me, or are you going to keep it to yourself?
I'm not going to tell you.
You're going to tell me. Okay.
No, I'm not going to tell you.
I can respect that. I know I have my own bucket list that there are things that I'd like to
Because
do.
it would be like, people would look at it like, you're egotistical or whatever. Honestly, that's what they would say.
You know what? Then that's fine. That's fine. That's fine. Like I said, I have a bucket list too, and there are things that I want to do and get done. Listen, this went very fast. We have 1 more minute, and I want you to be able to tell everyone where they can find you, where they can follow you. I know you're on Facebook,
You can
you're on
find
Facebook.
me, Doug, at I don't know. I'm not good at this.
You're Doug Wilson on Facebook. You're on Instagram.
Yeah, you can find me on Facebook and Instagram.
Yeah, just the social media. Thank God for social media. Listen, Doug, I want to thank you from the bottom of my heart doing this for me. I hope you come back again.
If you want me.
Are you kidding me? Of course I would. Listen, I want to thank you again from the bottom of my heart. I really appreciate you taking the time out to do this. And I just want to say
Thank you.
I love you, and we'll definitely do this again.
All right. Thank
All
you.
right, Doug? All right, everybody. Ciao for now, and I'll see you next week. Wash your hands, wear a mask.